Hello class and Dr. Estrada. My name is Giovanni Lopez. I'm here to talk about the two art assignments I chose for the week 3 discussion assignment. The first art piece I did was Coyolxauqui, the monolith figure here that we had to color and cut out and put together. Now as you can see here, Coyolxauqui has a bell directly here on her face, and that will tell you who this monolith is. Coyolxauqui means bells her cheeks. So you can see right away that this figure is Coyolxauqui. Other features about Coyolxauqui, you can see here the scallop shapes on her limbs, here on her neck, here on her arms and her legs. They all have the same scallop shape. That tells you that her body was dismembered, decapitated, and we'll get more into that when we talk about the background behind Coyolxauqui. But other features to note are the vibrant colors in the monolith, the yellows, the reds, the blues, very associative of the Aztec culture at the time. A lot of the figures and statues and the Templo Mayor, they all associated with these same colors. Other features here about the Coyolxauqui monolith here, you can see her breasts sag down. She has rolls on her body. This is significant because this shows that she was a mother, an older woman probably at the time. She was a mother. She had a snake belt, multiple snakes just wrapped around her body. That is associative of her mother, Coyolxauqui, who was known as a woman of snakes. What else did she have here? She had, you could see the skull on her back. And if you look at her forward extremities, she has like these faces that protrude, their face of bones that protrude from her limbs and extremities. Now, the Aztec culture was very big on sacrifice and warfare, fighting, things like that. Let's get more into Coyolxauqui's background. This monolith that you see here, we'll go into the story of the monolith, is found at the base of the Templo Mayor on the Huizpochitle side, which is, Huizpochitle is the patron god of warfare associated with the sun. So the reason you see Coyolxauqui portrayed like this commonly in the Aztec culture is the story of Coyolxauqui, which is Coyolxauqui's mother, at the top of the Snake Mountain. The story goes, according to the video, the Coyolxauqui Monolith video by the Khan Academy, the YouTube video, they talk about the background of this story and this myth, how Coyolxauqui was infuriated that Coyolxauqui, her mother, was impregnated at the top of Snake Mountain. So what Coyolxauqui did was she gathered up her 400 brothers and sisters, or 400 brothers, I'm sorry, and wanted to kill Coyolxauqui, her mother. However, Huitzilopochtli, who was born at the time and was now the deity and patron god of warfare, decapitated Coyolxauqui, dismembered her body, and threw her head down the base of Snake Mountain, which is shattered into pieces. Now, that gives you an idea of why the monolith is found at the base of the stairs on the Huizpochitle side at the Templo Mayor. The Aztec priests and people, and they wanted to recreate this myth, which is very important to them. So they place this monolith at the base of the stairs. Now, if you know about the Templo Mayor, it was rebuilt 7 times. We'll get more into that later. And each time the monolith is replaced on top of the previous one. So this is important because, as you can see, it was very important because this monolith is replaced there 7 times. And there's a festival, Panquetzaltzitle, which is the festival of the raising of the banners, which is where war captors were killed and thrown down the base to the base of the stairs on the Huizpochitle side, which is the reenactment of this of the myth. Now, for my second project, for the art project here, I did the Templo Mayor. Now, the Templo Mayor is the main Aztec temple located in the capital of the Aztec Empire, which was Tenochtitlan. It was, some features about the Templo Mayor quickly. As you know, it was rebuilt 7 times. Each time was the construction was built on top of the previous construction. I had 114 steps here, very large temples, approximately 90 feet high. Now the temple was separated in two. You can see here on top, there's two. On this red side is the Huitzpochitle side, which is the patron god that we just described with Coyolxauqui. He is the patron god of warfare, associated with the sun. Now on this other side here is the Tlaloc side. Now Tlaloc was the patron deity of rain and agriculture. If you see a monolith of Tlaloc, he has a bright blue color with associates with such a beautiful just water and everything. On the Tlaloc slide, you would find sacrifices of shells, aquatic animal stones, anything relating to water. Now this side was important because, as you know, the Aztecs used chanimpas or chimampas, I'm sorry, which were raised beds for agriculture, which was big on crops and things like that. And the reason that this Templo Mayor was important, one was the central of Tenochtitlan. Tenochtitlan was divided into 4 quadrants, and this was the very center, signifying kind of like the center of the Aztec universe, or the universe as a whole. And the other reason it was very important is because when you combine Huitzpochitle side and Tlaloc side, you get burnt water. Now, burnt water is significant because that is the everything that the Aztecs believe in is warfare and crops. The ultimate warfare sign was burnt water. And that is why the Templo Mayor is the Templo Mayor, why it is the central figurehead of the Aztec Empire, why the Huitzpochitle side and the Tlaloc side are so important, why they were given such equal value, and why they combine to signify the most important part of the Aztec culture. Thank you.